Welcome to Much Earlier by Macharia. Today we're going to talk about Jaramogi Ajuma Oginga Odinga. Jaramogi Oginga Odinga was born in 1910 at Nyamira, Kangoka, Jaramogi, in Bondo district of Nyanza province. He was educated at Maranda, Maseno School, Alliance High School, and Makerere University in Uganda, where he trained as a teacher. He taught at Maseno School in 1945. He founded the Bondo Thrift Association, which raised funds to start a business venture. A year later, the organization changed its name to Luo Thrift and Trading Corporation, Lutatco. Jaramogi Oginga Odinga believed the only way to overcome white dominance was by helping his people to be economically independent. He formed the Luo Union, which was a welfare association for the Luo community living in urban areas. Odinga was elected to the Legislative Assembly or LegCo in 1956. He was an active member of Kenya African Union (KAU). He had a lot of respect for Kenyatta and other leaders who were arrested in 1952. He was one of the founder members of KANU. Odinga participated in the independent talks at the Lancaster House Conference in 1960 and 1962. He advocated for the release of Jomo Kenyatta and refused to form a government in 1961 when KANU won the elections. Instead, he coined the popular phrase Uhuru na Kenyatta. When Kenya became a republic in 1964, Kenyatta appointed Odinga as his vice president and minister for home affairs. Odinga held this position from 1964 to 1966. Odinga believed that Kenyans should be given land that had been left behind by Europeans free of charge. Odinga later wrote a book, Not Yet Uhuru, where he expressed his views about leadership in Kenya after independence. In 1966, when KANU abolished the post of the party's vice president, Odinga reacted by resigning as the country's vice president and minister for home affairs. Odinga firmly believed in democracy. In February 1991, he formed the National Democratic Party (NDP). The party was, however, denied registration in August the same year. He teamed up with other people to form the Forum for Restoration of Democracy (FORD) to fight for multipartyism. In 1992, Ford lost to KANU in the general elections, but Odinga became official leader of the opposition. Jaramogi Oginga Odinga died in January 20th, 1994 in Kisumu, Kenya. Some of the contributions that Jaramogi Oginga Odinga had were: he was a freedom fighter. From the time he was a teacher, Odinga advocated for African freedom. At Maseno School, for example, he differed with the European teachers who were arrogant towards Africans. He joined the Kenya African Union in its early days, and he cooperated with people such as Jomo Kenyatta to fight for freedom. That tells us more about how he was a freedom fighter. He went to Lancaster in Britain to press for Kenya's independence too. He was an educationist. Odinga understood the need for Africans to acquire education if they were to become free. He secured scholarships for young Kenyans to study abroad. He also paid school fees for many children in Nyanza. He also wrote a book titled Not Yet Uhuru, where he expressed his views on African freedom. Jaramogi Oginga Odinga is a Democrat, and Odinga believed in democracy. He started an opposition party back then called Kenya People's Union in 1966. He also formed the Forum for Restoration of Democracy, FORD, to fight for multipartyism in Kenya. Thank you very much. Please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and please share my content and leave a comment down below. Thank you very much.